Peter had returned to his hometown in the Caribbean after a year abroad, carrying the weight of ambition and deadlines on his shoulders. The streets were alive with the familiar vibrancy of Christmas, colorful lights strung across narrow alleys, the scent of roasted spices mingling with the salty ocean breeze, and music drifting from every corner. Families bustled through the markets, children's laughter echoing off the pastel-colored buildings. Vendors shouted cheerful greetings, their stalls decorated with garlands, ornaments, and fragrant spices. And yet, despite the festive cheer, Peter felt a peculiar emptiness gnawing at him. The spreadsheets, the investment deals, the countless hours of work abroad had brought him financial success, but he wondered now if success without connection, without warmth, could ever feel complete. Meanwhile, Jane was in the midst of transforming her boutique into a haven of holiday joy. Her small shop, tucked into a corner of the bustling town square, was filled with handmade ornaments, woven baskets, and local crafts, each piece reflecting her love and care. The soft glow of fairy lights reflected off painted walls, casting a cozy golden hue across the shop. For Jane, Christmas had never been about money. It had always been about community, about laughter shared over steaming cups of cocoa and the small acts of generosity that made the season glow brighter than any string of lights. Yet even as she walked, she worried about her business. The influx of tourists had been slower than usual, and she could feel the pressure mounting. Still, she refused to let it dim her joy. She paused often to adjust ornaments, humming a quiet tune, feeling each placement as if it were part of a larger, invisible story she was creating for her community. It was during a walk through the vibrant Christmas market that Peter first saw Jane. He was searching for a rare ornament to bring back for his family, weaving between stalls and trying not to get caught in the joyful chaos. Strings of colorful lights shimmered overhead, and the scent of roasted nuts mingled with ocean salt in the cool evening air. And then, quite literally, he almost collided with her. The moment was brief, but it was enough for Peter to notice the warmth in her eyes, the easy smile that seemed to make the world slow down just a little. "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there," he said, stepping back. Jane raised an eyebrow, a playful glint in her eye. "Careful with the ornaments, mister. They are delicate, just like trust." Peter laughed, a sound that surprised even him. For the first time that day, the worries about investments, deadlines, and money felt distant. He found himself drawn into a conversation that felt effortless, as if the holiday magic of the Caribbean had woven its spell around them. As the days passed, Peter found himself crossing paths with Jane more and more. He watched her in her boutique, arranging gifts and decorations with care, chatting warmly with customers, and lending a hand to children who marveled at the ornaments. He wanted to help, to offer support in the quiet, meaningful ways he had learned while managing his business abroad. And yet, he hesitated. He did not want to seem patronizing or opportunistic, and he knew that Jane's independence was something to be respected. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and painted the ocean in shades of gold and pink, Peter approached her gently. "I noticed your supply orders have been delayed. If you'd like, I could help connect you with some vendors. No strings attached." Jane looked at him, a mixture of skepticism and curiosity on her face. "Thanks, but I handle my business." "I appreciate the gesture, though." Peter nodded, respecting her boundaries. Still, he felt a strange pull toward her, a desire to make a difference in a life that seemed so full of love and yet, like his own, had its vulnerabilities. Their bond grew slowly, punctuated by small, meaningful moments. Peter would help her hang garlands or arrange ornaments, and they would laugh over mismatched decorations, sharing playful banter that warmed the chilly Caribbean nights. Hands brushed as they reached for the same ribbon, eyes met over the twinkling lights, and in those quiet exchanges, a connection deepened that neither could ignore. Yet, even in this growing closeness, shadows lurked. One afternoon, Peter received a critical call from his overseas investors, discussing a deal that could make or break his year. Jane, passing by his table in the boutique, overheard fragments of the conversation and misinterpreted his intentions. Doubt and hurt flickered in her heart. Was he here out of genuine care, or was this just another opportunity to further his own ambitions? That very evening, Jane noticed something unusual. One of her most treasured ornament boxes, a handmade, limited edition set she had designed for the boutique, was missing. Her heart skipped a beat as she searched the shelves. And then she found it. The box was still there, but a digital tablet resting on her counter flashed an unfamiliar notification. Her business account had received a large, unexpected deposit, $12,500, from an unknown source, with the description, "For Jane. Merry Christmas." At first, she smiled, thinking it was a generous gift from a client or admirer. But then her phone buzzed again. A police notification appeared on her screen, "Suspected money laundering transaction detected. Please await officer instructions." Jane froze. The cheerful Christmas music, the warm glow of her boutique, the twinkle of lights, all felt suddenly surreal. Her mind raced. What had just happened? Why her? Was Peter involved? Moments later, 2 officers arrived at her boutique, their faces stern but apologetic. They asked questions, examined her records, and took temporary custody of the tablet for investigation. Jane's stomach dropped. A joyful day turned into uncertainty. Rumors began swirling, whispers echoing in the streets about the boutique scandal. Peter arrived, breathless, having heard from a friend that something was wrong. He tried to explain, reassure her, show her the truth, that he had nothing to do with the deposit and the police. But Jane, shaken and uncertain, pulled back. "Peter, I don't know what's real anymore," she whispered, tears in her eyes. He grabbed her hands gently, determined. "Jane, I promise you. I didn't do this. I'll find out who did. I won't let this ruin what we have." The town seemed tense now, even the festive decorations somehow muted against the backdrop of uncertainty. Jane's boutique, once a beacon of holiday warmth, now held the delicate tension of a mystery that threatened to overshadow their connection. Peter orchestrates discreet steps to uncover the truth while still supporting Jane. He reaches out to a former business partner who had grievances, investigates the transaction quietly, and gradually clears the misunderstanding. Along the way, Jane learns to trust him fully, their bond deepening as they navigate the tension together. Finally, during the community Christmas celebration, the culprit behind the deposit is revealed, a jealous rival attempting to sabotage Jane. Peter and Jane confront the situation with courage and grace, and their love stands stronger than ever. Peter and Jane share a tender walk along the beach, hands intertwined, the lights of the town sparkling behind them. Peter smiles. I thought success was about numbers, about deals and deadlines. But now I realize it's about moments like this, about love, and about people who make life feel like magic. Jane's eyes glisten. And I thought Christmas was just tradition, but you've shown me it can be so much more, unexpected, beautiful, unforgettable. They kiss softly under the Caribbean stars, the boutique safe, the town alive, and the Christmas spirit restored, proving that even in the face of chaos, love and trust endure. If you love this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Money Meets Emotions for more stories that touch the heart, explore love, and show how money and emotions intersect in life's most beautiful moments.